Enrique from Canine Perspective. This is Archie. Archie is doing our daycare and train. So real quick, I'm going to review or do an overview of what Archie knows. He knows heel, place, stay, sit, down. We'll do a recall in another video. So right now, Archie's on number 35 out of 127 on the Dogcha 3500. This is the collar we've been using for all his sessions. He was a little panicky at first when teaching with pressure, but this overview is going to show that he's come a long way, and it's increased his confidence, and he's just, he used to, with the place, he was a little resistant, but now he's just flying in place very easily. Right now I'm going to go over the heel command. The heel command is when the dog is on your left leg, you take one step, the dog takes one step, you stop, the dog sits. The dog is just on that left leg. So real quick, I'll demonstrate what that looks like. I'll initiate the word, start with my left leg, and the dog is to stay on my left side, with his Archie's right shoulder aligned with my left leg. Heel. So that's the basic concept of heel. I'll quickly describe the left turns and right turns. So for the right turns, we're walking, and then we pivot, so it's left, right, left, left, right, left. And Archie will demonstrate it for us. Heel, left, right, left, tap, tap, left, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left. One more time, left, right, left, tap, 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 tap. Slow to a stop. And then for the left turns, we're walking. Before we turn, we slow down. We lead with our right foot, then it's left, then it's right again, and then left. So real quick, heel. Right, left, right. 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 And I'm not tapping during those turns. It's just slow down. to signal to the dog that, if you're going a certain pace and you just abruptly turn left or right, you're going to catch the dog off guard. When the dog is, going your pace and not forging or lagging, you want to signal or give the dog a signal that a change is going to happen. So the slowdown comes, and then we use our body and legs and movements to show the dog what is about to happen. And as you can see, Archie knew these turns and was able to follow them completely. So that's the heel. There's also the auto sits. When teaching the auto sits, if I came to a stop and Archie was standing, I would simply raise the leash for pressure up, so pressure going up, and then giving a tap until the butt goes down. As soon as he starts to sit, I release. You can also, that's just with the e-collar. Eventually, after a few times of conditioning, using the leash to help guide the dog and then the e-collar to add more pressure, we stop using the leash and it's just a simple tap and they just sit. So that's the heel. And then also, he knows break. Break is the command we give for him to let him know that he's out of command and that he is free. Heel, you're walking with me and you're working. You don't smell anything. You don't mark. You don't forge, bark, anything like that. You're just walking with me. And then the break command gives him the opportunity to do all that, just be a dog and be free. So that is the heel. We're gonna go over stay. So stay is given when the dog, so for example, we're gonna give stay during the heel command. So right now Archie's in the heel command, he's not in a sit. So if I wanted him to stay in this position and I can move and have him sit still, I wouldn't say sit, I would just say stay. So real quick, show how that works. With my left hand, stay, pivot out with my right foot. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Tap. You thought about it? So he broke the stay a couple of times. So when that happens, as you saw, I just lifted, gave pressure, lifting up and tapped. When he got up, I stopped, did that. I already had my hand ready because I assumed he was going to break it. I always assume. I think one time he did just like a turn, but his butt was still on the ground. That's fine for now. Eventually that will probably go away. He'll realize that just keep the butt on the ground, just stay still. So real quick, show it again. stay, pivot out with the right foot. Tap, tap. Return back to his side, give him praise, break. So the reason why we pivot and use our right foot for the stay, it's just it's another way to communicate to the dog. So the dog is going to learn that left leg means heel, right leg means stay. So if I said stay, and I've done heel so many times, and I start my left leg, the dog might lunge or just think it's a heel. So that's why we do the right leg and pivoting out. Eventually, it won't have to be a dramatic pivot like that. Just casually, just right leg and walk around. Using this command in real life. Let's say Archie is going potty. You have to pick up his poop. Just give a quick stay, walk away, get the poop, throw the poop out, come back to Archie, and continue with your walk. This helps with like the fumbling with the leash and poop bags, and maybe Archie's smelling everywhere and dragging you around. This will help with that. You can practice this in the house. That's it. Let's say. So now we're gonna move on to the place command. Break. So this is a lifted dog bed. Oh, sorry. This is what we've been using to practice place command and doing duration work. So for place, it's a command telling your dog to go to a certain place, like a certain area. Like I said, this is a dog bed, it's lifted. It's very easy for the dog to see it and know when it's off, and it's a good visual for the dog. But you can use your own dog bed, yoga mat, a couch, or maybe even a big rug, just as long as the dog is not stepping out of whatever you're telling the dog as long as the dog is not stepping off from wherever you're commanding the dog to go to. So I'll show how this works. I'll give the command and tap, place, tap, and just like stay, we can go around. Break. Place. Break. Place. Break. Place. Break. Place. do it one more time. Break. And I have not been tapping when initiating the command place. I'm not tapping for the sit either, I'm just using leash pressure. Place. The way he moves to place is a big difference and big change compared to the first time he was learning place. He was very resistant. Break. Place. So that's what it looks like. Finished product, place. Right after we started training place, we immediately put him up on one of the same dog bed, but the dog bed is next to a column, and then we tether the dog there, and then they just work on the duration on place. There's not really a way to ease a dog. We just go for the full day, 4 hours, however many hours the dog's on there. When the dog's on there, we're working with another dog here. Then they get their turn, they're rotating, they're constantly working. So that's the place command. Oh, when using this in the home or real life situations, let's say you have Archie, he's a little bigger, or maybe he's a puppy still. Someone doesn't like puppies or someone doesn't like dogs, just tell him place, and he'll be there for however long you like. He is allowed to sit, he's allowed to stand, he's allowed to lay down. He just cannot leave the area. If you tell him down while he's on place, it becomes a down command. That overrides a place command. So the reason why we don't want to do that is because it will negatively affect your training, because when the dog goes down, you might forget that you said down instead of place, or whatever you wanted. The dog will get up, stand up, you won't remember, and then the dog's going to think, well, I can sit or stand during a down command now. So you just want to keep it place. Again, you don't want the dog to leave the area. Yeah, that's pretty much it for place. Break. I'm going to go over the downs and sits. When we first taught down, we used our left hand to get pressure on the shoulder blades. Very light pressure, we're not forcing the dog down. We're letting the e-collar do all the work. So if I do that, I'm on level 5, my number's 15. Tap. 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 Break. I'll show that one more time. Tap. 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 There we go. Break. Tap, 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 tap. Break. And for the down command, there is an implied stay. Tapping for the sit. Tap, tap, tap. Break. Now I'm going to use the command down. Down. Tap, tap, tap. That's a better down. Break. Down, tap. Break. Down. No taps there. Break. Down, tap, one tap, break. One more time. Down. And there we go. I'll do another one. Break. Down. Perfect. Now for the sits, from a down position, we just, or from any position, we just lift, use leash pressure to raise from the collar, and then tap. So, tap, 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 tap. Break. Tap. Break. I'm going to tap to bring him up from this down because I did not say down. Actually, that is technically valid because I said break. So now I'm going to go into a heel. Heel. For the heel, it's sit, he is not supposed to go down. So if he goes into a down, I simply raise pressure and tap, tap. So the reason why he's going down is because I just drilled it like 4 times, 5 times, however many times in a row. So he's kind of just assuming. And to stop that, just do like what I did, raise the leash pressure up and tap. So now I'll initiate the down. Down, tap, and now I'll say the word sit, sit, tap, break, heel, so tap, 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 down, sit, no taps there, tap, 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 tap. We also just got back from a pack walk and it's hot in here and everyone's pretty much tired from it, so I get it, he wants to rest, but we're in working mode right now, and breaking the command is not a habit that you want Archie to have, so it's good to correct things and reinforce the good behaviors. Down, tap, sit, no taps there, and he's staying in the sit. Break. Hello, it's Enrique from Canine Perspective. Today we have Archie. He's a daycare and train. And in this video, we're going to go over the heel command. It's pretty simple. Dog just walks on your left side, stops when you stop, moves when you move. Every step you take, the dog takes a step. So if you take 5 steps, the dog takes 5 steps. And that's all done with a loose leash, slack leash, so there's no tension. The environment doesn't matter. It could be quiet, or it could be in a park where there's a lot going on. He's always to be on the left leg. His right shoulder, Archie's right shoulder, aligned with my left leg at all times. So real quick, I'm going to show how that looks. So I'm going to initiate the word heel. Start with my left leg. Heel. Tap, tap, tap. Slow down to a stop, and he sits. So he's matching no matter what pace I go, fast, slow, he's always right here. And I always, if I'm gonna make a turn or just come to a stop, we always slow down because Archie is paying attention. So we wanted to let him know that there's gonna be a change occurring. If we were in a heel and I did not slow down, most likely he would keep going because that's catching him off guard. So we want to slow down so he reads our body language, and then we come to a stop, he'll sit on time with us. If you're in a heel and Archie is, his right shoulder is passing the left leg, we do an immediate right turn, a 180, and then we tap until he comes back to our left leg. If Archie is lagging, we increase our speed and tap until he catches up. And then for the turns, I'll go over how we do the right turn. So the right turn is going to be, so let's say we're walking, left, right, left. So it's a pivot. Left, right, left. Left, right, left. Left, right, left. Left, right, left. And then for the left turns, so we're walking, right leg, let me show it again, right leg, right leg, heel, right, left, right. Slow down, right, left, right. Slow down, right, left, right. Slow down, right, left, right. Right, left, right. And then for, let's say you come to a stop and he doesn't sit. So how we taught that, we gave pressure with the leash and tapped until he put his butt down. Or we also did, I believe, up and pushed his rear end down and tapped. But we've done that already, like throughout his training. So if he doesn't come to at the stop you come at, if he doesn't sit, all you would need to do is tap, and he'll go into the sit.
Right, Archie?
And then let's say he needs a potty break, or you guys need to stop for a break. The word we've been using is break, which means he's off the clock. He doesn't need to do the heel or whatever command you gave before the break command. So he's still in the heel. I would just say break.
Yeah, Archie.
In this video, we're going to be going over the stays. So right now, I'm going to put him into a heel. Heel. Tap. So he's in the heel, and he is sitting. So if we want him to stay, we wouldn't say sit, because he's already in that position. So what we do is I'm going to initiate the command, wave my hand, pivot out with my right foot. So stay, pivot out with the right foot. Walk around. So the reason I have my leash like this, if you were to get up, I just pull up and tap until the butt goes down. Because stay means stay in the position you're in. If he were to, let's say like just turn, but the butt is still down, we'll let it slide for now. He's just showing his focus on you. Heel. We'll do it again. Stay.
Heel.
Stay. After a while, you don't need to exaggerate the right leg. Just simply right leg, move forward. So when using this command, in your everyday life, let's say you're on a walk with Archie, you're in a heel, give him a break, he goes to the grass for potty, takes a poop bird. You're going to, instead of like fumbling around with your leashes and their e-collars and the bags and all that stuff and worried about what's he doing, got to get the bag and everything, or the poop, simply just have him, like put him back in the heel, stop for the sit, or for the auto sit, stay, right leg first, get the poop, throw it away, come back to Archie, and go back into your heel, heel, tap, tap. And if you put him in the stay, and you say heel, and he doesn't go, just give him a tap until he catches up. And that's the stay. Today we're going to be going over the down command and sit command. So when starting the down command, We would use our left hand, give pressure on the shoulders, very light pressure. Right now I'm just petting him. So I would give pressure and tap. Tap. And then he goes down. Heel. Tap. Break. Heel. I'll do it one more time. Tap. Heel. So after repeating that exercise, we then started to layer in the word. So I'll show that. Down. No taps. Heel. Down. No taps. And then for the sit, we just give pressure up and tap. So sit, tap. Good boy. Heel. Down. No tapping. Sit. No tapping. After a while, you want to lean off the leash pressure for the sit. So when you would say sit, he doesn't do it. Tap, tap, tap. And if he's having trouble, then you would give the leash pressure going up. So heel, tap, tap, tap. We'll do them again. And we like to pause, because after repeating the down so many times, at your stop during the heel, he just tends to just try to beat the E-collar, beat the punch, and just go straight down. And if he does that, don't say sit, just put him back in the position, because he's supposed to be sitting during your heel. Down, tap, tap. So there's 2 taps, he's on my foot.
Archie.
Tap, tap. Only give the command once.
Good boy.
Wait a little bit, so tap, tap. Sit, tap. He goes into sit. Heel. Give a pause. Down.
Good boy.
Give a pause again. And it's when practicing this, you don't need to go down, sit, down, sit, down, sit, or sit down, sit down. It's good to mix it up. So if you put him down, just do heel, then just mix it up so he's not seeing a routine and things. So sit, tap. No leash pressure, just the one tap. That's Enrique from Canine Perspective. And today we're going to be going over place command. This is Archie, he's a daycare and train. So place command, it's pretty simple. It's an area you send your dog to. Right now we're using a lifted dog bed. We have smaller ones for Archie. This is a bigger one. They're all in use right now. But yeah, so we place command, send them to an area, and the dog is not allowed to hop off that area. There should be a clear visual perimeter for the dog. So if the dog takes one step off, that's not allowed. We would correct that. The dog, Archie, is allowed to sit. He can be in the down, he can stand, as long as he's just in that space, that area. Like I said, we're using this dog bed, but you can use your own dog bed, a yoga mat, or a couch, just as long as the dog is not stepping off that area. So I'll just show how this command looks. I'll initiate place. If he doesn't go to place, I'll give a tap, and if he's still not going, I'll use leash pressure to guide him, not dragging him there, just to guide him. So place, tap. So he chose to lay down, that's fine. Break. Place, no tapping there. Break. And you always want to mix up your send-offs, sending to. So the dog the dog sees that any angle or direction, you just want to teach them that that's another direction to go. So if you keep doing this side, which I started with, it's going to be difficult for the dog to go from this side, the opposite side, or that side. So place, tap, break. Place. No tapping, no leash pressure. Break. I'll go a little farther. Place, tap, tap. So I am farther. We obviously built to that. So we started off close. We took a step back for every other day. And right now, I was about this far. He didn't want to go. I gave him a few taps, then leash pressure, still didn't want to go. I took one step, and then he shot off. Break. Place. Break. So yeah, he's only allowed off when given the heel command or break command. And if you say break and he doesn't hop off place when cued, you can just give him the leash pressure and just pull him. You don't really need to tap for that. So place, break. Place, good boy, break. place. So using this command in your everyday life. So let's say you're having guests over. Someone doesn't like dogs, or maybe doesn't like Archie. I'm just kidding. Archie. Break. You can just send him to place, and he's not allowed to leave until given the release command, and it just becomes much more easier for your guests and Archie as well. But yeah, there's no easing the dog, like how long the dog is on place. So if you're doing like, if you know one day, or you want to get him to be on place for at least an hour, or that's your goal, you want to start practicing for 2 hours so that 1 hour is not such a big deal for Archie. And throughout his training here at the facility, he's been on place for multiple hours. He'll be on place and we'll bring another dog here and train, then we'll just keep rotating. So as long as you want, just as long as they're not leaving this perimeter, and they can sit, stand, down. If you do place him and you give him the down command, then it's a down command. He's not allowed to sit or stand, so you want to just leave it at place, so you don't need to worry about him going into a sit. And that's it.